Inflation ticked up in December to 3.6%, but for 2025, the rate has come in at a 21-year low of 3.2%. The print comes as Reserve Bank Governor Lesetja Kganyago has stated that inflation is on track to meet the SARB's revised target of 3% this year. That's as prices are broadly stable. Last year, the central bank lowered the inflation target for the first time in 25 years and forecast that the objective would only be achieved in 2027. Retail sales surprised to the upside in November. The latest print from Stats SA shows a gain of 3.5% from 3% previously. That's ahead of expectations. The largest positive contribution stemmed from the general dealers segment, which makes up close to half of the retail basket. And this category added 1% to the headline number. South Africa spent almost 200 billion rand on energy subsidies in 2025, and the bulk of that went to fossil fuels, raising concerns about the country's climate commitments. That's according to a new report by the International Institute for Sustainable Development. The research shows that fossil fuel subsidies have tripled since 2018, despite government pledges to phase them out. More than 30% of last year's subsidy bill was linked to efforts to stabilize Eskom's finances, while the utility remains exempt from paying carbon tax. The institute is calling for urgent reform to ensure public spending supports long-term energy security and South Africa's just transition goals. The South African Medical Association is set to meet Health Minister Aaron Motsoaledi to discuss the future of national health insurance. That's after Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana urged parties challenging the law to seek a negotiated settlement. SAMA, the country's largest doctors' body, is one of several organizations taking legal action against the NHI Act, which was signed into law in 2024 but has not yet been implemented. The association says it turned to the courts as a last resort, but remains open to engagement to ensure NHI delivers sustainable and equitable universal health care. Other groups challenging the legislation have signaled they are unlikely to withdraw their cases. Karoo has posted a strong third quarter performance. During the period, subscription revenue rose 20%. That's as it added a record number of new subscribers. The group's biggest revenue generator, CarTrack, grew its subscriber base to more than 2.5 million, supported by rising demand for its video and CarTrack tag devices. Karoo has raised its 2026 guidance and says it remains firmly positioned for growth, with South Africa still a key market and Southeast Asia emerging as a longer-term growth engine. Quilter has delivered a record fourth quarter. The wealth manager has posted core net inflows of £2.4 billion despite uncertainty around the UK budget. Full-year net inflows surged to £9.1 billion. That's 75% higher than last year as assets under management climbed 18% to more than £141 billion. The company says heightened client activity ahead of November's budget drove volatility across the sector, but strong platform demand and advisor productivity helped offset this. Quilter's chief executive says the group is entering the new financial year with strong momentum. Full-year results will be released on the 4th of March. Coronation Fund managers ended 2025 with total assets under management of 786 billion rand. The figure reflects assets managed across its local and offshore investment strategies as at the end of December, as global markets navigated persistent inflation pressures, shifting interest rate expectations, and uneven economic growth. Coronation has not yet provided a detailed breakdown of flows, with further insight expected when the group releases its full-year results.